The second segment that I want to deal with is about diet and exercise. My name is Peter Greenlaw. I founded the New Health Conversation movement, which I think we sorely need. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. I've written 4 best-selling books with MDs, and I'm quick to point out I am not the expert, but I became an expert on the experts, and we're privileged today to have one of the world's leading experts, probably the top nutritional researcher in the world for more than 35 years, Dr. Paul Arciero, who just recently has been given a full professorship in the Department of Sports Medicine and Nutrition at the University of Pittsburgh, a huge honor, and we're honored to have him today. So Dr. Arciero, the next thing that I'd like to address is, it's been forever, diet and exercise, a way to lose weight. So again, we only are going to deal with the science. These are not opinions. This is based on physical evidence. And you're one of the leading sort of sports physiology guys in the world. You've worked with Olympians, Green Berets, et cetera. So please give us your take based on the science of that whole discussion around diet and exercise.
Well, we know that the current recommendations and the current formula that people are using with diet and exercise is not working, right? Because not many people are doing so well from a body composition.
Unless you think 80% of Americans are overweight and 50% of those people, of the 80%, are obese, how's that working? Not too well, I don't think, right?
Yes, and the rising, skyrocketing, pandemic of diabetes, heart disease, inflammatory diseases, cognitive disease, musculoskeletal, the cancer, the list goes on and on. So clearly the diet and exercise model is not working. And so
why? I think they're going to say, well, wait a minute, we've all been told that. We go to the gym and sweat and whatever, and 1,000 calories a day and starve yourself, and that's the way to lose weight. We'll blow that up because it's not true based on the science. Am I right?
Correct. Right. So the current strategies that we're employing or being told to follow in terms of diet and exercise are not working. And they're not working because they're not following the best science. And second, they're not focusing on the quality of what we're replenishing and what we're nourishing our body with. Quality is the number one factor. And that even relates to the exercise that we do, making sure that we're exercising with the highest quality, not excessively and focusing on the quantity of the exercise that we do or the quantity of food that we're not eating. And so that's been, unfortunately, the mistake and the error in this recommendation in this strategy that people are following. So my research over the last 3 decades has shown convincingly that when you emphasize the quality of your nourishment over the quantity, so discarding the calories in, calories out, or the exercising, 5, 6, 7 days a week, and you completely throw that out the window and deal with the highest quality nourishment you can consume in the right manner, and the highest quality exercise and movement strategies that you can do on a regular basis, that results in the greatest health benefit.
Again, let's go to the science, but in 2 of the most recent and powerfully published peer-reviewed studies that you did, one in the Nutrition Journal and Obesity Journal, what was interesting, 80% were women, 20% were men, and no one was allowed to exercise, and yet
no one exercised.
Overall they gained 6% lean muscle mass. Whoa, how the heck did that happen? We're going to go more in detail on that later, but I just think, to end this segment, I think, again, the science is contrary to what we thought. And I always say, with all due respect to everybody, look, you can do whatever you want, all right? But what if you didn't know what you think you know? Because we went on the available evidence at the time. It seemed like a good strategy because you're burning more calories than you're taking in, and of course you're going to lose weight. Well, that's been proven not to be true now, okay? So to end this segment, the point is that the R2M protocol, using intermittent nutritional fasting, not intermittent fasting, and what your patented discovery, protein pacing, is what's producing results that no one's ever seen before. Is that a fair way to say it, including yourself in more than 35 years?
It is for sure. Following the protein pacing intermittent nutritional fasting, Peter, people actually reverse the quality and the type of weight that they lose. So, for example, most people when they go on a diet, at the very best, they only lose about half of their lean muscle mass. In some cases, it's more than half. So in best case scenarios, sometimes they'll lose 50%. And that includes the current wave of drugs, right? Semaglutide, Ozempic, and Wegovy. We know that when they take those medicines, they're
losing lean muscle.
They lose that lean muscle. Yeah. So what we find is the direct opposite. We find that not only are they preserving the majority of their muscle mass, the overall proportion of muscle mass that they're retaining on their body for the weight that they're losing goes up by 6 to 9%. And so, yeah, this is definitely turning upside down what we currently know. So I just, those are really important things to point out, that we're talking about, listen, the rates of disease are skyrocketing. And I listed the big five, right? Diabetes, cardiometabolic disease, metabolic syndrome includes diabetes, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, all different types of cardiovascular disease, inflammatory conditions, including Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. We have cancers and inflammatory conditions that are skyrocketing, and then musculoskeletal, osteopenia, osteoporosis, and other, sarcopenia, the loss of muscle mass. These things are all what we call age-related diseases that decrease our body's lifespan, health span. And we have to do something because we're failing miserably. Here we have all these sophisticated medical advancements, and we're still having rampant skyrocketing of all of these 5 major diseases.